I'm going to show a quick layout update, I guess, just showing some of the nighttime lights here in the layout. So we haven't really shown too much of the actual night scene, but if we just kind of do an overview here, this is DM Tower, and we'll go westbound in the layout, and then come up to the Brockton area. I see I have the station there. A couple other lighted structures. The station's all lit up. I have the little crossing shanty there in the middle, the coaling tower, and you can't see from here, you can sort of see that little other switchman shanty there is also lit up. Come around here, this is where the overpass, the bridge is. Not much to see here, it's kind of in the country anyway. The next big spot is the lift bridge, is all lit up, and the lift bridge has something like 10 lights or something on it. It has quite a bit. All the stairwells are lit up. This section here is lit up. This is the operator's tower. There's a light there by the doorway as well as a little inspection light. Both lights on here are lit up, both sides. And there's more lights on this stairwell on the side of the bridge, as well as I have the navigational lights for marine traffic. So I have the channel lights, the green, and then the red on either side. And these are LEDs, so it looks like they're flickering, but they're not. So we come over here, I have another train order stand here. In this area here, I'll turn the lights on in a second. This is my Lorain station. There's lights on it, just not lit up yet, so that's coming. And then I have my Lorain area, Broadway Avenue, or Main Street in Lorain, lit up by these nice 4 Wiggly Scenics lights. And then the buildings are lit up as well. And I have my Blue Nami nickel plate S4, looking good. But that's with the nighttime. Love the night lights. I'll turn the actual lights on so you can see what I'm do a little more of a little more of an update on here. There we go. So my last layout update was a while ago. It was back in summer, maybe beginning of the summer, and I showcased most of the stuff that I did over here. And not much has changed on this side of the layout since that last update. In fact, I would venture to say nothing has changed really, aside from maybe a few small things here and there, but nothing major. But when I come over here, I have my road bridge, and again, not much has changed over here. I have some more of these Scenic Express super trees here waiting to get flocked and green, but for the time being, I have those. When you come around here, again, nothing too much is different over here. I don't remember from the last update I had this or not, but I did model a maintenance away, replacement project. So I have some ballast here between the track, between the ties. I have some replacement ties waiting to go in, some new ties waiting to go in, and I also have some rail here waiting to go in. So it kind of ties the scene together. I think it looks pretty good. And then the big change, I think all kind of noise over there. But one of the big improvements here is this lift bridge, and this is a Lorain lift bridge, and I've been working on it. I've shared it before in previous videos, but now it's in its pretty much fully completed state. And as I talked before, it's decked out with lights. It has 3D printed steps running up both sides, both towers. It has 3D printed walkways coming up here. This thing is 3D printed. This operator's tower, I guess, in the middle. And it also has this 3D printed control booth that's sitting on 3D printed piers. So if you haven't caught on here, 3D printed is the name of the game on this bridge. But I think it looks really good. It looks way better than it did out of the box. This is just a Lorain. I think it's a 213 lift bridge, fully decked out. And I think it looks much better. It looks really good. If you see the real bridge in Lorain, I have a photo of it here. Here's the prototype. If it'll focus, maybe. There we go. There's the prototype, and here's the model. And it's a pretty good standard. I think it's pretty close. And I also did some weathering on it too. That's all just a little bit of rust powder that I went back over with black powder, and then I dull coated it and to seal it. And I think it looks really good. And again, if you look at the picture, here's the photo. You can see some of the weathering on it. It kind of has like that chip black with some rust showing through. And here's the model. I think it looks pretty good. So really happy with it. As we come around here, I added some more scenery here. I added this new signal, again 3D printed signal by my brother. I also have this inspection or train order stand here. I have a similar one over at Brockton. right there, right there. And I just made another one here. I think it looks really nice. And again, here's the prototype. This is a Norfolk and Western era photo, but you can see where I got the inspiration from. It's pretty similar because you got the train order stands and everything. Here's another photo here of an NW train. Looks like an eastbound getting ready to cross the bridge, and that would have been taken from right about here, roughly. So again, here's the model, and here's the prototype. And this is another prototype seen here. This is looking from about where the station is, looking out towards the bridge. Now you'll notice here they have this is when the swing bridge was still here. The lift bridge was put in 1974. So this is obviously a pre-1974 photo, but you can see I have the signal there in the background. And if I show a similar scene from about the same spot where the diamond is, got the signal there, got the signal there, and I got the track curves over towards the bridge. I think it's pretty good. I also added this dirt road here. This comes off of the main street and it runs down, crosses over the B&O, and it goes down to the operator area, the bridge operator. I got the truck there, so someone's working. As we come around over this way, this is kind of one of the big spots here in the layout, the new big change. This is the Lorain station, and this structure, oh, sorry, something fell over here. This structure here is again another 3D printed building by my brother. It is pretty much dead accurate to the real Lorain station. It is shortened a little bit, so like, you know, this area here, I think there's another door here or something. So there are a couple liberties taken as far as dimension area, but aside from that, it's pretty dead on. It looks really, really good. This is how it's gonna pretty much look in its fully completed state. See, I've added some people there. This guy looks like he's having a heart attack, so let me fix him. There we go, he's missing an arm. But regardless, you see I've had the platform here, I've added some people moving around here, and I also have added all the lights around here too. So you have the older school lights, and I have some Walters, a little more modern lights, but they're fairly close to what was on the prototype from photos that I could find, so I went with them. I have 3 of them here along with the bay window area, and I have more of those little 1.5 volt incandescent bulbs all the way around on both sides. And they're not wired up yet, obviously. I still have one section here that's left, needs to be painted. But aside from that, it's pretty much done. Or just how it's gonna look when it's more set in stone. Now I did put a little interior in here as well, and there will be some interior lighting. But there is an interior from basically over here up to this bay window area. That's the nickel plate side, the side that faces the front. And then on the B&O side, I just put some black construction paper back there to block out the windows. But then I do have the lights, so it'll still have some light going on, but the majority of things happening will be over here on the nickel plate side. So I'm really excited to get this thing done. I think it's going to be a nice cornerstone piece of the layout. And you know, just coming and looking at the layout, it really helps to kind of anchor this area. It was a joint station. This was the B&O track that goes down towards the Wheeling, West Virginia area, and the nickel plates here in the front. So it was a joint station. It was torn down in the mid-'80s, so it's no longer standing. And again, here's a prototype photo of the station. This is taken in 1966, and here's the prototype. So it looks really good. Over in this area here, this is the other big change that's happened here in Lorain. This is my Lorain scene, and it's limited creative liberty. It's somewhat accurate, but not 100%. This is called Broadway Avenue, which is Main Street. This way would be going towards Lake Erie, and this way's coming up towards the inland here. But it is made of foam, some of the foam sidewalk that I painted. And then I have these Woodland Scenics lamps here, and they came out really nice. They're LED. I'm not a huge fan of LED because most of the things else in the layout here are incandescent lamps. But for street lamps, I think they look fine, the fact they're LED. The Woodland Scenics one really, I think, are probably some of the best commercially available products. These were set up for that plug-and-play system. I was on about to spend an extra $25, $30 for like 4 lights. So I ended up just cutting off the connectors, and I wired some resistors in and just hardwired them into the rest of my lights in the layout. It came out pretty nice. And then I also have, these are MTH buildings. This one's custom painted. It's going to be a Chinese restaurant where it's all done. And I have another Zones Hotel, and that one's been in the family for a long time. So I'm going to leave that one as is. But they look pretty good. I'm excited to get this scene done. I'm going to add a lot more cars here, add a lot more life. And same with a lot of cars here in the parking lot for the station and all that. So I think it's going to be a nice, lively scene. And Lorain at the time, in this ton of layouts modeled in the late 50s. This was a pretty big area, pretty big town, so I feel like this is gonna help to convey it. And honestly, I think it's partially there. It just needs a lot more just life and activity as far as cars and people go, but it's a start. I think it's looking really good, and this scene is really starting to come together. For a while, this was just like bare plywood, so it's really cool to see this looking the way that it should look. So, you know, kind of looking off where the lift bridge is going, you see the station there, and then the buildings in the background with the street lights and whatever. A few more things to do as well. Like I said, cars, people. I need to add crossings, flashers here, right about here as well. And the last big thing I need to add here, I need to done, are these signals. Now, nothing special about really the signals to begin with. I've had signals out for a while. You see some of them are over there. You know, I showed one earlier. But these are the first ones that I've lit up, and they're not obviously not wired yet, but there are some lights in these signals, and so they're here, they're glued in place, they're ready to go. They just need the wires plugged in, and I'm really excited to have them ready to go. So all these ones lit up, then these are kind of my test ones. If this goes well, like how it looks, then I'll go through and I'll wire up the rest as well. So really excited with it. But anyway, that's about what's new on the layout at this point. Made a lot of progress, I feel, since my last update, like I said, especially in the Lorain scene, just this little area here. So I'm excited to share more as time goes on. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.